Welcome, boys and girls, to our Kids Talk. I have got a little story to tell you today. So are you ready to listen? There was once a young boy, and the young boy went up to his dad one day and he asked him a question. The boy said to his dad, "Dad, how much am I worth? How valuable am I?" Now the dad didn't answer his question, but instead he gave his young son, a rock. And he said to his son, "See, this rock here, what I want you to do with this rock is I want you to take it to the marketplace. And when you go to the marketplace, if anyone comes up to you and asks you how much you're selling the rock for, don't say anything, but just hold up 2 fingers. So you've got the rock in one hand and you'll just hold up 2 fingers with your other hand." So the son took the rock and off he went to the marketplace. And as he was standing holding his rock in the marketplace, a woman came up to him and said, "Wow, I really like that rock. It would look great in my garden. How much are you selling it for?" Now the boy did what his father said. He said nothing, but he held up 2 fingers. Rock in one hand, 2 fingers in the other. The lady said, £2, I will take it. But the boy ran back home with the rock to his dad and he told him what had happened. He said, "The lady offered me £2 for the rock." So his dad then said to him, "Okay, this time I want you to take the rock to a museum and just stand at the museum holding the rock. And if anyone comes up to you and asks you, 'Can I buy that rock? How much are you selling it for?' Again, I don't want you to say anything. Just hold up 2 fingers." So the son, this time, he went off to the museum and he stood at the museum holding the rock. A man came up to him and said, "Wow, how much are you selling that rock for?" And again, the boy said nothing, but he held up 2 fingers. And the man said, £200, I will take it. Again, the son ran back, holding the rock. He ran back to see his dad and he told him what had happened. He said, "Dad, this time a man offered me £200 for the rock." So the father said, "Listen, son, I want you to take the rock to one more place. This time I want you to take the rock to a jeweler's that sells precious stones." And again, same thing. If the jeweler asks you how much you're selling it for, just hold up 2 fingers. So the son ran off to the jeweler's, to the place, the shop where he sold precious stones, and he stood there holding the rock. Before long, the jeweler came along, and amazed and astounded, the jeweler said to the boy, "Where did you get that stone? That stone is one of the rarest stones in the whole world. I want to buy it. How much are you going to sell it for?" Again, the boy said nothing, but holding the stone in one hand, he held up 2 fingers with the other hand. £2 million, the jeweler said. "I will buy it. I've got to have that stone." This time the boy was absolutely astounded. And he ran back to tell his dad what happened. "Dad, the jeweler offered me £2 million. The father smiled and he looked at his son and he said, "My son, now do you know how much you're worth? Now do you know how valuable you are?" You see, boys and girls, the jeweler looked at what was just to everyone else an ordinary rock, an ordinary stone, and he knew that inside it was something precious. Inside that rock there was diamonds. Inside that rock, there was something that was very, very valuable. You know, in different places that we are in life, maybe it's at school, or maybe it's playing with friends, or maybe it's in different places that we end up going. People are going to look at us with a different value. There's different times in our lives that we're going to look at ourselves and we're going to think, I'm only worth £2. Maybe there's different times where we're going to feel better about ourselves and think, I'm worth £200. But the real truth is this, that we have been made by God and we are priceless. There is no amount of value that we can put on our lives and say that's how much we're worth. The only value that we can put on our lives is that God said, looked at us and said, I love you so much, you're so valuable and precious that I'm going to give my son Jesus to die for you. God has made every single one of us incredibly special. There are diamonds inside of us in God's eyes. We are beyond value. Not even £2 million cuts it with God. We're worth absolutely everything to him. And God wants you to know today, he wants us to know today that we're precious, we're valuable. He loves us incredibly. There are diamonds inside of us. God has made incredible diamonds inside of us, and he wants to draw these things out of us. We are precious, we're loved by him. And he wants us to look at each other and see value. He wants us to look at the people round about us, even those that don't treat us well. God wants us to look at the value in them and to treat them with his love and with his kindness and with his goodness. So every time you see what looks like a normal, ordinary rock in your garden, at the beach, wherever it might be, remember this story, that you are valuable and precious to God. And he wants you to know that today, and he wants you to treat others that way today. Thank you so much for listening, boys and girls. Have a great day, and remember, you are precious.